This is not working.
To get the show on the road?
Somebody's thinking.
Welcome, everybody. Good evening. Is it on? All right, there we go. Welcome. Good evening, everybody. We're still here. Isn't it something to be face to face again? We walk in the door as strangers, and in the first 3 minutes, we all join in a circle of friendship, powered by music. My name is Reverend Heng Sure, and you are in the Berkeley Buddhist Monastery, and you are the guests of the Berkeley Buddhist Folk Song Circle. Now, we're going to say a little bit more about this unique musical community, but let me first put everybody at ease by telling you about the facilities. I notice it's interesting that so many friends are willing to mask up. COVID is an issue, it's a concern, and we have some fancy KN95 masks available if folks care to. We have our ancient fans running here. We've got air purifiers on both sides. The doors are open and the windows are open, so COVID, if it's here, is being spread to all of us very efficiently, so not to worry. So we'll just, we'll ask the devas, the bodhisattvas, and the Dharma protectors to keep us all safe. But it might be a good idea to test when you get home, if you can. All right, another logistical issue is we have bathrooms down the hall, men's and women's bathrooms. We have these fancy water-conserving toilet flushers, and in the last couple of weeks, the women's bathrooms have been talking back to us. So if the toilet talks to you, fear not. It wants to join in the music. Take it as music, all right, as part of the program. Just hit the handle again, and it will stop. It's now just past 7. We are aiming to be, we're assuming that we'll be done with between 90 minutes and 2 hours. So probably you'll be free at 9, more or less. We have books. I hope everyone found your book on your seat. This is for you. You're welcome to take it back. The songs are arranged in the order of the performer, and we're going to start on that end and come this way. So as you go through the book, it will be time to our musicians. In the back, as you came in, you walk past a table that has merchandise on it from the performers here. We have CDs. You remember CDs? We know what they are. They're there. We also have sign-up sheets for mailing lists for people who are entranced by some of the music that you heard and you wanted to hear more of it. There are ways to sign up to find out who that musician was and how to hear that song again. All right. I wanted to say that this is the Berkeley Buddhist Monastery has been here since 1995, so we're well into our 3rd decade here, and we are wanting to get back after COVID. Our classes are slowly coming back, and you can find out what we're about at berkeleymonastery.org. berkeleymonastery.org. All right. Now, this is the 3rd go-round of our song circle. The first one, as best we remember, was 2005, and then it was called Music That Woke the World. Not all of us are here, but who are here tonight, but the idea was the 5 singers on the stage are all of the era known as the 60s. And this is pre-Beatles. So we were just comparing, some of us grew up with Tennessee Ernie Ford and the Everly Brothers and Burl Ives and Harry Belafonte and Odetta. Those were the names of the pioneers of what's now known as the folk boom. So the thing about folk music is you do it yourself. It's organic. It is genuine intelligence, as opposed to the other kind, artificial intelligence. And the songs that came from that era are still resonating. They still have energy. They still have power. So music that woke the world. Then again, probably around 2009, we did a Dharma song evening called Music in the Dharma, Dharma in the Music. And it was the same singers whose roots are in the folk boom, but who then, in the process of their spiritual evolution, connected with Buddhism. And honestly, I travel the Buddhist world. I don't know any other place that hosts this organic crop of Buddhist folk singers. We found each other, and we celebrate each other, and the music that flows is genuine and fertile, so please enjoy. Tonight we have Alan Senauke, native of New York City. He is the Abbot of the Berkeley Zen Center and was at one point the editor of the magazine Sing Out, which, that is quite a noble publication in the history of folk music. And you can ask Alan about his activities with the takeover of Columbia University offline. So he'll tell you about that, but not in public. And sitting next to Alan is Eve Decker of Spirit Rock. Eve is from the Vipassana tradition, and she is also the song leader for 3 Jewish congregations in the Bay Area. So she just rushed back tonight from Danville, where she was doing that. She's a peripatetic song leader, folk singer, and a meditator as well. James Baraz, everyone knows. James came to the Berkeley Buddhist Monastery in 1996, and every Thursday night for a quarter of a century led the East Bay Insight Meditation Group. And he is here. I have a story about James and his guitar that I'll share with you all later. But James is also a native of New York City, so we have 2 New Yorkers. I left out. Eve is from the Bay Area. She grew up in Mill Valley. So James and I have a long history together. And Betsy Rose is sitting to my left. Betsy is born in Seattle, but lived all over the country, from Oregon to Wyoming, but kind of grew up musically in Boston. The same kind of walking in the footsteps of Joan Baez and carrying on that wonderful tradition. Betsy is from the Thich Nhat Hanh tradition originally, but has not limited to.
Yes.
Correct. So, all right, and I'm Heng Sure, been a Buddhist monk for 47 years now, and some people would say, boy, just no imagination. You can't find anything else to do, So I'm the director here at the Berkeley Buddhist Monastery, and proud to be. And I'd like to express my gratitude to the technical crew that is putting this concert together tirelessly. And you'll see them later on. So without further ado, Alan.
Now I'm on. Thank you, Heng Sure. And it's wonderful to be on stage with these old friends. Some of the songs that we're going to sing, each of us has our own style, our own immersion in the various strains of the folk tradition. And some of them will be explicitly Buddhist, and some of them will be implicitly Buddhist. And that's okay, because actually the Dharma resides in you. And you have to make it your own in whatever way you can. So please excuse my... There are more beautiful voices on the stage than mine tonight, but I'll try to sing with my heart. I'm going to start out with a Bob Dylan song that describes perhaps the nature of reality for us, and Eve is going to help me. It's called Everything is Broken. Broken lines, broken strings, broken threads, broken springs, broken idols, broken heads, people sleeping in broken beds. Ain't no use jiving, ain't no use joking. Everything is broken. Sing that. Everything is broken. There's broken bottles and broken plates, broken switches and broken gates, broken dishes, broken parts. The streets are filled with broken hearts, broken words never meant to be spoken. Everything is broken. Seems like every time you stop and turn around, something else just hits the ground. Broken cutters and broken saws, broken buckles and broken laws, broken bodies, broken bones, broken voices and broken phones. Take a deep breath and you feel like you're choking.
Everything is broken.
Every time you leave and go off someplace, things fall to pieces in my face. Broken hands and broken plows, broken treaties and broken vows, broken pipes, broken tools. There's people bending broken rules. Hound dog howling, bullfrog croaking. Everything is broken. Hound dog howling, bullfrog croaking. Everything is broken. Everything is broken. It's all cracked up. Everything is broken. It's lying in the streets. Everything is broken. Thank you. Well, I don't know what the order of stuff in that book is, but I'm going to sing you a song that was written by a friend of mine, two friends of mine, Greg Fain and Ben Guston. The song is called Our Hero, and it's got a really good chorus. And the neat thing about this book is it's actually a very accurate translation or transposition of chapter 20 of the Lotus Sutra. Do y'all read the Lotus Sutra in your tradition? Yeah, okay. So Lotus Sutra is one of my favorite books. It's also one of the handful of perhaps amusing or comic sutras. Sutras are not always known for their comedy, but the Lotus Sutra has parables and stories and fables, and this is one of the stories. I said chapter 20, and I'm not going to give away the story because the song tells the story, but it's the story of the Bodhisattva never disparage, or the Bodhisattva never despise, and you'll get it all as we sing the song. There's a book called the Lotus Sutra that you really ought to know about. A holy book that has the power to remove all fear and doubt. And this book tells the story of a man who means the world to me. He could just as well have been a woman, except for male hegemony. So they call him the Bodhisattva, never disparage, the Bodhisattva, never despise. And I'm making it my life's ambition to see the world through his pure eyes. Because he says, I will never disparage you or keep you at arm's length. This is where you only see your weaknesses. I only see your strength. I would never despise you or put you down in any way. Because it's clear to me, I can plainly see you'll be a Buddha someday. I love you. That last line, I confess, is not so easy for a boy from New York to sing. And please sing the chorus next time it comes around. Now the Bodhisattva, never disparaging, lived countless kalpas in the past, in the time of a counterfeit Dharma, and he was something of an outcast. Because the monks and nuns of his time, they were noted for their arrogance and vanity. And these are the folks who exercised great power and authority. But my boy, he never concerned himself if they treated him like a freak. He just bowed to everybody equally. And these are the words he'd speak. Here we go. I would never disparage you or keep you at arm's length. Where you only see your weaknesses, I only see your strength. I would never despise you or put you down in any way. Because it's clear to me, I can plainly see you'll be a Buddha someday. I love you. Sorry. Take a pause. Have a breath. I love you. He never read or recited the scriptures much. He only liked to practice respect. But the monks and nuns of his time, they didn't meet it like you might expect. Instead, they cursed him and they reviled him and they wished that he would go. Because they all had self-esteem issues, like everybody else I know. So they beat him and pelted him with clubs and stones. They tried to drive him away. He'd just run off to a safe distance, and he'd turn around and say, I would never disparage you or keep you at arm's length. Where you only see your weaknesses, I only see your strength. I would never despise you or put you down in any way. Because it's clear to me, I can plainly see you'll be a Buddha someday. I love you. And so it went on for years and years. He was a target of scorn and abuse. Still our hero, he shed no tears, nor did he ever wonder what's the use. Till he came to the end of his natural lifespan, he lay down fixing to die. And he heard the Holy Lotus Sutra being preached up in the sky. And his life was extended for millions of years. He's living to this day. And in the pages of the Lotus Sutra, you still can hear him say, I would never disparage you or keep you at arm's length. Where you only see your weaknesses, I only see your strength. I would never despise you or put you down in any way. Because it's clear to me, I can plainly see you'll be a Buddha someday. Yes, it's clear to me, I can plainly see you'll be a Buddha someday. I love you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Hi, everybody. It's really, really nice to be here with you all. Thank you, Alan. Again, I'm Eve, and I was telling Alan before this gathering that I actually haven't done live music since 2019, and I don't think that's unusual. We're really all sort of starting to bravely venture forth, and it feels really special to be here with you tonight. Thank you so much, Heng Sure, for this beautiful gathering. So the Buddha taught that goodwill is the proximate cause of well-being. As we practice deepening and ever-deepening spirals of friendliness and kindness, we discover our own well-being also deepening. And as you know, one of the big ways we practice kindness, goodwill, friendliness, benevolence is through loving kindness. Our loving kindness practices are all about opening our heart and deepening our kindness. And there are different phrases, and we can create our own phrases too, along the lines of well-wishing. And one way that the traditional phrases are stated are in long form. They're short form. May you be safe. May you be peaceful. May you be healthy. May you live with ease. And then there's long form. May you be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May you be truly happy and deeply peaceful. May you be healthy and strong and physically at ease. May you care for yourself and live with the ease of well-being. So I took those long phrases and put some music to them. And as we sing, I hope you'll sing with us. And as we sing tonight, we can invest these phrases with intention. Intention also, the Buddha taught, very, very powerful. It's that very, very powerful thought that precedes action or speech. And so really sinking in with intention too. May I be safe. May you be safe. May we be safe. May all beings everywhere be safe, protected, and at ease. So this is may we. There are 3 pronouns in this song. We'll do each one twice. May I be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May I be truly happy and deeply peaceful. May I be healthy and strong and physically at ease. May I take care of myself and live with well-being. May I be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May I be truly happy and deeply peaceful. May I be healthy and strong and physically at ease. May I take care of myself and live with well-being. As we move to may you can deliberately bring a being to mind that you would like to send well wishes to tonight. May you be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May you be truly happy and deeply peaceful. May you be healthy and strong and physically at ease. May you take to may all of us in this room experience well-being. May all those we know and touch experience well-being. And then allow your imagination to travel the earth and beyond, and whatever beings you see, near and far, known and unknown, wishing them well, opening and deepening our own hearts. May we be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May we be truly happy and deeply peaceful. May we be healthy and strong and physically at ease. May we take care of ourselves and live with well. One more time. May we be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. May we be truly happy and deeply peaceful. May we be healthy and strong and physically at ease. May we take care of ourselves and live with well-being. Thank you.
I have Eve, I'm going to cut in. I have a
Please.
request in the back row who was just filming. That bright light is really glaring. If you could pause with the filming. We're doing some professional videoing tonight, and we'll be happy to distribute a really quality. So if you could kindly pull back the phone, we'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Me, if you like, taking a deep breath with me. So those phrases are traditionally, we begin with ourselves. May I be safe and protected from inner and outer harm. And that's deliberate. The Buddha taught that one who truly loves themselves can never harm another. And there's actually an epidemic, worldwide epidemic of low self-worth, having a loud inner critic, and having some capacity for compassion toward others, but very little capacity for compassion toward ourselves. And while our path teaches vast compassion for others, in order to get there, we must include ourselves in our circle of care. We can't exclude ourselves. We can't hate ourselves. We have to learn to love ourselves in all our imperfection and work with wholesome energies to lift up our hearts. So I wrote this song, Simple Truth, which is in your book. I wrote this song about that, about learning to accept ourselves as we are as part of the journey towards transcending ourselves. The way I see it, there are two choices. I can wait for all these voices to tell me I have made it, or I can love myself the way I am. The way I see it, there are two choices. Try to do it their way, or find my own rejoicing music and play. I've been given a responsibility to love myself like I would love a child. Chaotic, wild and turning, building bridges, bridges burning. Just as I am, to love me. Maybe self-hatred protects me until the day no one rejects me. If I reject myself first, your cold This might not hurt as much. Maybe if I work harder, try more, do more, faster, longer, the day will come when I feel loved by everyone. I've been given a responsibility to love myself like I love trees. Okay, when branches crack and fall, no striving, no have-tos at all. The sparkling green that breathes me just as I am loves me. No, I do not have it all together. I never have, and I never will. And I know that you don't have it all together either, 'cause nothing here was made that way. We're all falling, we're all flying, we're all playing, we're all dying. We've been given a responsibility to love ourselves like we love freedom, using courage just to see the simple truth of you and me. Love looks like humble gratitude, like endless forgiveness. Just as we are, 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 just as we are. The way I see it, there are two choices. I can wait for all these voices to tell us we have made it, or we can love ourselves as we are. Thank you. And now passing the baton to James Baraz.
I'm going to stand. Beautiful. I love that song.
Thank you, James.
So, it's okay? Hi. Little feedback? No? Yeah. Try it again. Hi.
Hi.
Much better. Okay. Well, I don't think of myself so much as of a performer as loving to get people to sing together. So you got to help me out with this, okay? Songs that I know you know. And follows perfectly from the Simple Truth song of Eve to going from, just being kind to yourself and learning to love yourself. And then the next logical move is once you get who you are, to let your light shine. So this is one that I'd say, if this song gets stuck in your head, it's good. This little light of mine, just let your light shine. And then all around the world, everywhere I go. Okay? I'll try it again. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine all around the world. All around the world,
it shine all around the world. I'm gonna let it shine just around the world. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine everywhere I go, everywhere I go. I'm gonna let it shine everywhere I go. Let your light shine, I'm gonna let it shine everywhere I go. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Big finish. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let your light shine. Okay. And as you're letting it shine, what else to do? Just shower the people you love with love. You can play the game, you could act out the part, though you know it wasn't written for you. Tell me, how can you stand there with your broken heart, ashamed of playing the fool? One thing can lead to another, it doesn't take any sacrifice. Oh, father and mother, sister and brother, if it feels nice, don't think twice. Just shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. Do as I say. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. You can run, but you cannot hide. This is widely known. Now what you plan to do with your foolish pride when you're all by yourself alone? Once you tell somebody the way that you feel, you can feel it beginning to ease. I think it's true what they say about the squeaky wheel, always getting the grease. Better to shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. Do as I say. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things are gonna be much better if you only will. Do 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 do. Going for big finish. Do 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 do. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel.
think it's a little higher, yeah, so I don't hunch. My mother isn't here to straighten my back for me, so I got to do it myself. You got that right. Bless her. Hi, everybody. This is so wonderful. And this is one of my first public live things in a very long time, so I'm still getting used to it. But it's a joy to be with my friends here. And we do go back a long way. And but I was thinking, Alan, you and I actually go back the furthest. Yeah, really far. Really far. We met on a bus at the Vancouver Folk Festival. I don't remember the year. Yeah, back in the 80s, and you were playing, what was the group you played with? The Fiction Brothers, and I was part of Betsy Rose and Kathy Winter, which some of you oldsters may remember, and there we ended up on a bus. We were performing, and they were busing us all back to our hotel, and we landed in seats together and had the greatest connection. It was really amazing, yeah. So here we are. Here we are. So just welcome to everybody, and welcome to the people on Zoom and YouTube. Hi. I'm so glad that we're able to reach so many of you, and I know some of my special folks from my Thursday night online singing that I've been doing since COVID started. I know you're out there, so yeah. So one of the little turns that the following the path of the heart led me to after 50 years of being a performing artist and social activist, singer, and all the other things was I became a doula. And it was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful change to go from the very large format to the very intimate format and have an actual skill that actually helped people in a physical way. So I loved it. It didn't last long because COVID took it away, but such is the way of dukkha. And I went back to singing, but this song at least was born out of that. But it is really about the 10,000 joys and the 10,000 sorrows. You started us off with dukkha, Ellen. Thank you. That was a great dukkha song. And this brings in both the dukkha and the joy. It's called Welcome to Life. Oh, and I should say that I'm writing a lot of new songs. I think everything I'm doing tonight is new, which means I have to look at my words. Welcome to the great unknown. Welcome to the magic show. Welcome to the lights and sound. Pretty soon you'll know your way around. Welcome to life. Breathing unfamiliar air. Welcome to skin and bone and touch and tongue and hair. It's a little strange, it's a little fun, and before you know it, you're gone. Welcome to the blink of an eye in a hurricane. Welcome to life. Sing that with me. Welcome to life. And again. Welcome to life. Nice. Mama's gonna love you long. Mama's gonna love you strong. Mama doesn't know the ropes. Got nothing but her mama hopes. Welcome to love that hurts and love that heals. Welcome to kind and cruel and tender and foolish and real. Crawling through the mud, flying across the sun, and before you know it, you're the one saying welcome to the blink of an eye in a hurricane. Welcome to life. Let's sing that. Welcome to life. Take it up. Take it where you want. Welcome to life. Welcome to life. Ooh, 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 ooh. Welcome to life. big riff. I had to get that right. God is just another name for standing dry inside the rain. God is what is breathing you when you're drowning in that sea of blue. Welcome to, oh boy, I lost my place. Here we go. New song. Cut me some slack. When you're drowning in that sea of blue. Oh, yeah. Welcome to some big dance you never quite learn. Still, it's your one big chance to walk through fire. Find out it burns. It's a little joke. It's a big dream, and no matter how it hurts, you don't want to leave. It's the blink of an eye in a hurricane. Welcome to life. That's right. Welcome to life. Walking through the fire, drowning in the truth. It's the pits of hell, and it's heaven on earth. It's the blink of an eye in a hurricane. Blink of an eye in a hurricane. Blink of an eye in a hurricane. Welcome to life. Oh my God. You know what it's like as a song leader. Eve knows what this is like, to sing into a sea of beautiful faces in little boxes and not hear a thing. Hearing you makes me cry. I'm so choked up right now. That was beautiful. Well, I know I'm not alone in this room when I say that I am someone who is thinking deep and hard, and sometimes with tears, over the condition of our planet, our society, the race to the Armageddon with arms and nuclear threats, the climate collapse that is unfolding beyond human control to a large degree. And I've been really rethinking my next years in terms of not only am I getting toward the beautiful transition, but things may change very quickly. And I think we all know this in our hearts in some way, whether we try to get away from it, whatever we're doing. But one thing I do know is that I think the law of karma, if I understand karma at all, which I mostly don't, is that what we do matters. And what we do matters not because it's going to fix something or win or change everything or save the world, but because it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing ethically. It's the right thing for our hearts. And I've come to learn after many decades of getting it wrong that just doing right action is an act of kindness to myself. It makes my life so much happier. So this is a little song of faith about right action, and that we don't know what seeds are going to bloom. We have no idea what this harvest will be, but we gotta know what seeds to plant, or at least figure that out with some friends. This is called This Is Gonna Matter Someday. And Alan, if you want to play, Alan, you were doing some great stuff earlier on the guitar, just saying. Quit taking notes and play that guitar. I get out my bike, leave the car at home. Ride to the river, don't open my phone. I listen to the river and the trees and the wind. I open up my mouth, they tell me what to sing. And this is gonna matter someday. This is gonna matter someday. I may never know how, I'm doing it now. 'Cause this is gonna matter someday. Try that with me. This is gonna matter someday. This is gonna matter someday. May never know how. I may never know how. I'm doing it now. 'Cause this is gonna matter someday. And I got to warn you that sometimes the I changes to we or you or other things. Don't worry about it. The operative words are matter someday. Okay, just get that. Okay. Hold your little boy's hand as long as he'll let you. Listen to his dreams and he'll never forget you. He'll try to act tough, be one of the guys. Just hold him real close and he'll cry, cry, cry. And that's gonna matter someday. Yes, it is. You know it's gonna matter someday. You may never know how. You're doing it now. It's gonna matter someday. Yeah. Fill in your ballot, march in the streets. Think about who's hungry and vote for what they need. Don't buy the despair, the media hype. Just stick with the people in love with all your might, and that's gonna matter someday. Sing it out. You know it's gonna matter someday. We may never know how, but we're doing it now. It's gonna matter someday. Well, I woke up this morning, I couldn't get up. It's all going nowhere, it's all used up. It's hanging in the balance, it's riding on the heart. I don't know what to do, but I'm gonna make a start. And I pray it's gonna matter someday. Pray it's gonna matter someday. We may never know how, we're doing it now. 'Cause it's gonna matter someday. This is gonna matter. This is gonna matter someday. This is gonna matter someday. We may never know how, we're doing it now. 'Cause this is gonna matter someday. I believe it's gonna matter someday. I pray it's gonna matter someday. It just might matter today. Thank you. You sound amazing. Thank you, Alan.
There are those among us who say, I didn't know monks played guitars. And there's a story. I was a folkie. I became a monk. Monks take a vow to not sing, dance, play musical instruments, or watch or listen to entertaining diversions. In the Tibetan tradition, monks do not. In the Thai tradition, monks do not. Old Mountain Monastery, 1974, about to become a monk. I had my Guild D40 guitar, bought at Manny's in New York City. It was my last possession. I was going to sell it and then leave home. I put a want ad in the San Francisco Chronicle. Some of you don't know what a want ad is. A 1/4 inch. You paid for it. By the word. You made words shorter. Use the word you for you, right? The letter U. So, Guild guitar, $300. Come and buy it. It was worth twice that. I was determined. The phone rings. It's my teacher and founder, Master Shen Hua. 我禅, 师傅, 你做什么? What are you doing? 师傅, I'm selling my guitar. Stupid. 师傅? Stupid. 师傅? Why are you selling your guitar? He said, I want to be a monk, Shifu. Monks can't play guitars. He said, stupid. He said, you're never going to be an old Chinese monk. Don't try to imitate being a Chinese monk. You have to use whatever skills you have in this country to teach the Dharma. He said, in this country, in this culture, a monk who plays guitar in the future could be very useful, he said. So said, you see, there's still opinions about that. So I said, yeah, but Sherpo, I got to leave home. I have to sell my guitar. Stupid. He hung the phone up. Phone rings, Gil guitar, $300, don't sell it, I'm coming right over. I sold it in the next 15 minutes and regretted it instantly. My first instructions from my teacher, I turned my back, 25 years later, I kept to my promise. I didn't touch an instrument. And here I was in the Berkeley Monastery on a Thursday night. James Baraz pulled out a battered Gibson guitar and sang that very instrument. He sang for the 80 to 90 East Bay meditators who were here. These are folks who, 90 people, 91 opinions, and he made them all sing together. In Chinese, you say, 异口同音 of the different mouths, but a single sound, perfect harmony. I thought, now that's an effective, expedient means. That's a good way. So I picked up my guitar again, and the folks who made it possible are sitting here in the third row, I might add. But you see what has happened since then. I've made music part of my ministry. So gratitude to James.
How many CDs?
3 CDs, and we recorded another one yesterday. So yeah, there's a brand new project underway about Guanyin Bodhisattva songs. And if you will happily turn to page 26, I'm going to invite you to sing along the name of Guanyin Bodhisattva. She is back in the back wall. As you exit the Buddha hall, you pass the Guanyin altar. She is here in the red robe with the lotus and the vase. Guanyin Bodhisattva is the awakened being of great compassion. And she's female, and she's immensely powerful and compassionate. That is to say, anyone who needs help, who needs a hand, and calls on the name of Guanyin Bodhisattva, she lends a hand. She makes it. She arrives right on time. So we say Namo. Everybody say Namo. Namo. Guan Sure. In Bodhisattva. Your Mandarin is improving. My goodness, you did so well. The cameras are rolling. If you don't sing, we'll know. Guanyin Bodhisattva, call her name out loud. Guanyin Bodhisattva, call her name out loud. Guanyin Bodhisattva, call her name out loud. When you need her, call her name out loud. Guanyin Bodhisattva, she'll give you a hand. Guanyin Bodhisattva, she'll give you a hand. Guanyin Bodhisattva, she'll give you a hand. Call her name and she'll give you a hand. Guanyin Bodhisattva, she will hear your voice. Guanyin Bodhisattva, she will hear your voice. Guanyin Bodhisattva, she will hear your voice. Call her name and she will hear your voice. Guanyin Bodhisattva rescues living beings. Guanyin Bodhisattva rescues living beings. Guanyin Bodhisattva rescues living beings. She's got vows to rescue living beings. When your soul is weary, call on Guanyin. When your soul is weary, call on Guanyin. When your soul is weary, call on Guan Shi Yin. Raise your voice and call on Guan Shi Yin. Give the guitar a verse. Here we go. Last chance, here we go. When your heart is lonely, Namo Guan Shi Yin. When your heart is in trouble, Namo Guan Shi Yin. When your soul is weary, Namo Guan Shi Yin. Call her name now, Namo Guan Shi Yin. Last line again, here we go. Call her name now, Namo Guan Shi Yin. Our Berkeley Buddhist song community goes deep and wide. And one of our senior members is not here tonight because she's in Europe, leading a group of pilgrims to her cave in Malta. She has a spiritual cave. It's Jennifer Baraz. And Jennifer is originally Canadian, but is an adopted Berkeleyite like myself. And she put together a song called She Carries Me that wherever I go into communities from Beijing to Shanghai to Taipei to Sydney to Calgary, people who know Guanyin Bodhisattva say, this is the song. This is the one. So Jennifer has tapped into that compassionate sound. And it is also a sing-along. And your part goes like this. She carries me. She carries me. You already know it. She carries me to the other side. We do it twice. She carries me. She carries me. She carries me to the other side. Okay, here we go. You'll know when to come in. She is bold. She is a light high on a hill in the dark of night. She is a way. She is the deep. She is the dark where the angels sleep. When all is still, where peace abides, she carries me to the other side. Your part? She carries me. She carries me. She carries me to the other side. She carries me. She carries me. She carries me to the other side. And though I walk through valleys deep and shadows chase me in my sleep, on rocky cliffs I stand alone. I have no name. I have no home. With broken wings, I long to fly. She carries me to the other side. Here we go. She carries me. She carries me. She carries me to the other side. She carries me. She carries me. She carries me to the other side. 1,000 arms, 1,000 eyes, 1,000 ears to hear my cries. She is the gate, she is the door, she leads me through and back once more. When day has dawned, when death is nigh, she carries me to the other side. Last chance, here we go. She carries me, she carries me, she carries me to the other side. She carries me, she carries me, she carries me to the other side.
That's a hard song to follow.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Yes. Heng Sure's song about Guanyin, one he did just before that, was adapted from the African American song tradition. It's from a song called Jesus on the Main Line. And I think I'm going to stay in that song tradition, in that family. And I'm going to do you a song from the great singer-songwriter Leadbelly, who, when I started listening to folk music, in 1962 or 61, and it was very much the way Heng Sure described it, that I went on I think it was a ski trip, and I was a lost ninth grader. I was really hopelessly unsocialized, much like I am now. And around the fire, there were these people with guitars and banjos who were singing songs, and I listened, and I just had the thought, I could do that. And let me just say, you should always pay attention to those thoughts. Do not forget about them. If you're saying to yourself, you could do that, probably you can. So I went back and I started taking guitar lessons. In the library where I grew up in the suburbs of New York, someone had seeded with all of these great folkways records. And so the first things that I heard were recordings by Woody Guthrie and Leadbelly. And Leadbelly just really knocked me out, and he still does. So I'm going to sing you a song of Leadbelly's, and I'm not going to change a word. And this is, someone was saying as we walked in, what's a Dharma song? I thought all songs were Dharma. And that actually is the way I think about it. But this song really is Dharma. Not only is it Dharma, it has a Dharma instruction and a driving lesson. What could be best? You know, what could be better in this world to combine these two primary abilities? You need to be able to drive, right? And you need to know how to be able to drive. And you need to have the right awareness when you're driving. Driving is amazing. Think about all that you're doing when you're driving. Driving is the miracle of life. Because you really have to pay attention. These cars are whizzing along, these huge 3,000-pound chunks of metal at 60 miles an hour, and we're not running into each other, usually. So this song is called Relax Your Mind. It's not in the book, and the lyric is not very difficult. I'll start with the chorus. Relax your mind, relax your mind. It'll make you feel so fine. Sometimes you got to relax. Sorry. I don't know what that happened. This is what happens when you try to come back after the pandemic. Relax your mind, relax your mind. It'll make you feel so fine. Sometimes you got to relax your mind. Try that. Relax your mind, relax your mind. It'll make you feel so fine. Sometimes you got to relax your mind. When that light turns green, you better push down on the gasoline. Sometimes you got to relax your mind. Relax your mind, relax your mind. It'll make you feel so fine. Sometimes, you got to relax your mind. And when that light, it turns red, you better push down on the brakes instead. Sometimes you got to relax your mind. Relax your mind, relax your mind. It'll make you feel so fine. Sometimes you got to relax your mind. When you're driving an automobile, keep looking out that windshield. Don't text. Sometimes you got to relax your mind. Relax your mind, relax your mind. It'll make you feel so fine. Sometimes you got to relax your mind. Once a man crossed the railroad tracks. Whoo, boy, he forgot to relax. That was one time You know you should have relaxed his mind. Relax your mind, relax your mind. It'll make you feel so fine. Sometimes you got to relax your mind. One more time. Relax your mind, relax your mind. It'll make you feel so fine. Sometimes you got to relax your mind. Thank you.
Mention, there we go, that there is a donation basket in the back, and any and all donations to the singers would be appreciated.
So the opposite of reactivity is equanimity. The opposite of reactivity is equanimity. Meeting the moment with a sense of allowing. There's this wonderful prayer you may have heard. I learned it in 12 steps. I'm not sure where it originated, called the Serenity Prayer. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So the courage to change the things I can speaks to compassion, which is an action. It's an action of the heart. And it does take perseverance and courage to change the things we can. We can get overwhelmed easily and experience resistance even for something like doing the dishes, let alone really doing something useful out in the world. So courage is compassion, but that first piece, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. The moment arises due to causes and conditions. Can I give it a moment just to be as it is? Can I bring in a sense of allowing? What can I not change? The past. I can't change the future. I can't change other people's behavior. I may not even be able to change much of the suffering in the world. If I learn to meet the moment with acceptance and clarity about where there's possibility for the courage, then I'm moving more in the world with Guan Yin as my North Star. Equanimity. It's like this. It can be no other way. Everything that came before has led us to this moment. It's like this. So open and let go. Bring awareness and acceptance to this moment as it passes. Here I am, life arising as it will. How can I bend gracefully with the wind surrounding me? Here I am. Life brings both sorrow and joy, letting go to fight the blame, deep calm infuses me. Stand in the heart of the moment, inner stability. Return to a place of stillness, equanimity. Just this much, seeing clearly into now. No need for all the stories, just naming what is present. Just this much, without reactivity. I don't have to push to clutch, I can simply let it be. Stand in the heart of the moment, inner stability. Return to a place of stillness, equanimity. Stay awake to indifference, to don't care. I can feel my heart respond without getting swept away. Stay awake, the promises are great. Radiance, exalted might, all the praises Buddha sang, all the praises that the Buddha sang.
How's this? It's okay. It's another. Thank you. Another one of my favorite Eve Decker songs. I was telling Eve, that's a song that I played, kept on hitting the replay button when I was going through particular thing that I was kind of sorting out, and just kept on playing that Equanimity song. That's from her album, by the way. I might as well let people know. Eve has a fantastic album, is it out there? Called Commentaries on the Perfections of the Heart, the 10 perfections that you wrote on you conceived it on a retreat, didn't you? On a 3-month retreat. And that's, see, good things come out of sitting besides just the quiet mind. It's a fabulous album. So we're covering a whole lot of different Dharma themes tonight, and I thought it wouldn't be complete without a song about Sangha. As the Buddha said, good friends are the whole of the holy life. So let's do it with me, okay? We get by with a little help from our friends. Got it? What would you think if I sang attitude? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Let me hear you. Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get by with little help from my friends. I get high with little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try with little help from my friends. when your love is away? Does it worry you to be alone? How do you feel by the end of the day? Are you sad because you're on your own? No, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? I need somebody to love. Could it be anybody? I want somebody to love. Would you believe in a love at first sight? Yes, I'm certain that it happens all the time. What do you see when you turn out the light? I can't tell you, but I know it's mine. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Do you need anybody? I just need someone to love. Could it be anybody? I want somebody to love. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. Oh, I'm gonna try with a little help from my friends. Oh, I get high with a little help from my friends. Yes, I get by with a little help from my friends, with a little help from my friends. Okay.
Oh gosh, isn't this wonderful? Yeah. I was going to say I could do this all night, but the honest truth is I can't, unfortunately. But that is the nature of things. That all the good doesn't last forever, the bad doesn't last forever. We know that now. Just a joy to be with you all and be with these wonderful friends and colleagues and fellow practitioners on the path. I love that the Dharma can take so many forms and be voiced in so many ways, because Dharma just is simply the way it is. It's really just, this is the truth. You know, Buddha just taught the truth. And that's not a religion, it's just a wisdom, you know. So I think I'm going to do something we can all sing together, just for myself, if no one else, because I love hearing your voices. I love hearing human voices. I was a solo performer for many years, and it was all about, you know, being on stage and all that. And then I kind of started doing song circles and women's circles and singing out at rallies and vigils. And the sound of people singing together is not only glorious and beautiful and soul-stirring, but it has power. It has power. There is not a social movement in history, I swear, that did not triumph without song, right? You know, you talk about labor, you talk about civil rights, you talk about South African black liberation, and on it goes. So this is going to matter someday, you know. What we're doing here matters. And so what I want to sing with you is the last song, almost the last song in your booklet, which is called Lovingkindness for the World. I wrote it sometime, what did it say, 2021. So this was in the middle of COVID. It was in the wake of the murder of George Floyd, the wildfires in California, the pressing in on our consciousness of the breadth and depth of suffering at home and around the world. And I felt like I wanted to sing of loving kindness, but I wanted to put detail on it a little bit. So this is my loving kindness for the world. Very easy, you'll pick it up right away. Oh, and I want to say thank you, Heng Sure, for this visionary creation of bringing us all together. It's a great vision, and thank you so much. Also, I do want to mention that both Eve and I don't know if James and others do, but we have mailing lists on the back that you could sign up if you'd like to hear about when we're doing other concerts. I know I've been doing some online events. You've been doing some online wonderful stuff. So I'd love to see you again in other places and other ways if you'd like to do that. And also mention that I'm part of a women's sangha, women's Buddhist community, Asaya Sangha, which means refuge. Yes, we have some Asaya Sangha sisters right here. And we've been meeting since about 1 week after COVID started. We were all ready to launch, and then COVID hit and we had to go completely online. But it's actually been wonderful. We have women from around the country. We have a sit every morning at 7 a.m. online. We have a Dharma talk once a month on Tuesday, et cetera, et cetera. And it's just a beautiful place for self-identified women to gather and hear and speak Dharma through the particular lens of the female experience. So again, warmly invite those of you who identify as women to join us. There's a flyer, some flyers on the bulletin boards about our fall fundraiser at the Kyoto Monastery, and also a website where you could look us up and find out about our offerings. So, all right, that's enough. Here we go. Loving kindness for the world. You know what? I need this just a teeny bit higher. I'm sorry. You're not all bass like me. Yeah, I think that works. May all beings be happy. May all beings be well. May all beings be safe and free. In peace may all beings dwell. It almost sings itself, doesn't it? It's like you know this melody. It's written in time over centuries, this kind of simple melody. May all beings have shelter. May all beings breathe deep. May all beings have food every day. May they feel love surround them as they sleep. Easy chorus. May it be so. May it be so. May it be so on earth. May it be so. May it be so. May it be so. No comfort. May all beings feel blessed. May all burdens be borne with a heart that has weathered the storms and the tests. May it be so. May it be so. May it be so on earth. May it be so. May it be so. May it be so on earth. May all beings be trusting. May all beings be kind. May all beings share all of this earth out beyond what is yours, what is mine. May it be so. May it be so. May it be so. May it be so on earth. Let's do that one more time. Try some harmony. May it be so. May it be so. May it be so on earth. May it be so. May it be so. May it be so on earth. May it be so on earth. So beautiful. Thank you.
These songs. Oh, there we go. Did I turn it off? Maybe I did. Don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone? We didn't know how much we missed. These songs are like healing. There's a balm. It's just air vitamins. The coronavirus. Not original. No, I can't claim that one. No. Could I invite everybody to turn to page 30, please? Like many of us who started out not as Buddhists, but maybe saw the Dharma bums on your dad's reading table, Jack Kerouac, or maybe ran into the words Diamond Sutra in some of Gary Snyder's poetry. Maybe it was D.T. Suzuki. Maybe it was Philip Whalen, the three pillars of Zen. Philip Kapleau, the three pillars of Zen. I read and saw all of the above and thought, gee, I want to get enlightened. I had no idea what it was, but I wanted it. You know, the marketplace mind. I wanted a six-pack of enlightenment. I wanted a giant economy size, and just because we were trained to go for the gold. Nobody ever talked about what you do after you get enlightened. What's next? What's the next day? So I pursued that through the stories of Chan masters and Zen masters in China and Japan. And I reached a surprising conclusion, my research, which was many, many of the men and women who woke up, the first thing they did was look for their parents to repay their kindness for raising them. This is Bo Chan Shi, Purple Cedar, the Chan Master, Master Empty Cloud, our grand teacher, bowed 3,000 miles across China to repay his mother's kindness because she died in childbirth. And he realized that his coming was her leaving, and he wanted to make a difference. That he didn't accept that. So how interesting to think that people wake up because of the blessings granted them by having come through to humans, no matter whether we are distanced from them as we grow, but there is a real source of goodness there that we can repay. So your part in this song goes like this. It's the chorus. It goes, thank you to the universe. Thank you to the earth and sky. I may not repay my parents' kindness, but every day I try. Okay, can you do it? Thank you to the universe. Thank you to the earth and sky. I may not repay my parents' kindness, but every day I try. Here we go, enlightened or not. People ask me, what did you get from your meditation? Are you enlightened? Have you ended your frustration? The wise men and women who woke up all those I reviewed said the highest state is a wish to repay, a heart of gratitude. Here we go. Thank you to the universe, thank you to the earth and sky. I may not repay my parents' kindness, but every day I try. How many years did I waste waiting for my prize? Publishers Clearinghouse, for my ship to finally come in, for my payoff to arrive. But joy comes not from getting, but from giving it all away. Sages say once you wake up, you feel a wish to repay. Here we go. Thank you to the universe, thank you to the earth and sky. I may not repay my parents' kindness, but every day I try. How about our teachers' kindness? I may not repay my teachers' kindness, but every day I try. How about the planet? 3 meals a day? I may not repay the planet's kindness, but every day I try. Back to our parents. I may not repay my parents' kindness, but every day I try. Well done. Why don't we all room together next semester? We could form Berkeley's biggest choir. All right. On the last page, we have a dedication of merit. And this, in Catholicism, it's called petitionary prayer. And in Judaism, it's called tikkun olam, roughly. Do you wish to repair the world from where you are sitting, from where you're watching? Betsy reminded us that folks are tuning in on Zoom and YouTube. The idea is that we can, by coming together and doing this good deed, this wholesome act of joining together and putting our hearts into song, there is goodness created. It's called merit. Sanskrit, they call it punya. And in Judaism, it's called a mitzvot. There's goodness there. There's proper, wholesome activity. And we can share it with the world. We can, with a single thought, give it away. Now, there are 2 blanks that you fill in. You say, I dedicate my merit to, fill in the blank, whoever you'd like to share your merit with. Personal wish. Maybe you know an aging relative who's concerned about their next step. Maybe it's a social wish. Maybe you just want AIDS. Remember AIDS? Just to go away. Why did it come? Send it back. Put your thoughts behind it. Maybe it's a universal wish. Maybe we want to lead a Christ-like life. May all beings become Buddhas. But it's your wish. I dedicate this merit to whomever, with the wish that, fill in the blank. Now, there are no fences in the sky where thoughts don't touch, where minds don't touch, right? So if we use our mind like a lighthouse, like we used to say lighthouses, when was the last time you saw a lighthouse? Like a cell phone tower, right? Use your mind like a cell phone tower and send it out. We can't hold 2 opposing thoughts in the mind at the same time. So use the place where all minds touch. Send out goodness with that thought. And we'll use this last tune to send it out to everyone as far as your mind can reach. And I would like to invite you all, when you have a chance, to go to dharmaradio.org, dharmaradio.org. And there we have a website called Acts of Kindness. And if you do a good deed and type it into that little form in the website, we will send you some Buddhist music a CD. So it's not free, you have to do the good deed. But the fun part is we list the good deeds afterwards. So you can read, we now up to like 500 good deeds. They come from everywhere from Saigon to Hanoi to St. Petersburg, to Fort Lauderdale. So there's lots and lots. You can also 会讲中文的人，你也可以做一个好事，登到用中文来登。We've got a Chinese page and lots of Chinese good deeds. So please do check it out. We will be notifying folks once this webcast, this recording is available, and I look forward to our next Berkeley Song Circle evening. Please make a wish. May every living being, our minds as one and radiant with light, share the fruits of peace with hearts of goodness, luminous and bright. If people hear and see, our hands and hearts can find living unity. May our minds awake to great compassion, wisdom, and to joy. May kindness find reward. May all who sorrow leave their grief and pain. May this boundless light dispel the darkness of our endless night. Because our hearts are one, this world of pain turns into paradise. May all become compassionate and wise. May all become compassionate and wise. I'd like to thank Alan and Eve, James, Betsy, and all of you for making tonight memorable and healing for all of us. Good night, all. Travel well.
Heng Sure.
Why don't you all sing to us?
Totally.
That was one tight grip there.
Only sky. Oh, so good to see you, and your songs are fantastic, Betsy. So fantastic. Yeah, it's wonderful. Very inspiring.
Imagine there's
Yeah, I would love it.
It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for.
and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. Amen.
That was wonderful. That was just